All right, well, hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube or Patreon, I hadn't decided which one I'm going to put this out on yet, but if you're not part of my Patreon channel, you may want to consider come over and supporting me to keep more up to date on a lot of information and stuff. More likely, I'm probably going to put this on Patreon because, after all, you're the people that mostly listen to me more than anything. Well, you remember some time ago that I had broke the news and spoke about how that in this $3.5 trillion Biden administration theft of the American people, how that they were going to have the IRS and they were going to hire a lot of federal agents in order to cover the cost of hiring these people to spy on us as the people. And of course, the way that the Democrats were selling it was selling it that, we're going to tax the rich because they're getting by. They have too many tax advantages, so-and-so. But then when you look at them wanting to go and to the banks and they want to be able to spy on every transaction over $600, or not only that, but anybody who has any money in their account, bank account over $600, it makes no difference in IRA, brokerage account, whatever it is. Well, that's what they want to do, all right? And now the pressure has done mounted against them. And so now, guess what they did? They pulled the threshold back to $10,000, which still, it seems like it seems like that they have changed their tune. But the truth is they haven't changed their tune at all because it's still going to affect the middle class. It's not going to affect the rich people. It's going to affect the middle class stuff. So if you have $10,000 or greater in the bank, or if you make, let's say if you have a payroll check, or let's say if you do any type of transaction that's over $10,000, or something like that, then the Democrats is going to have the IRS to monitor you. They're going to report you for suspicious activity. Then next thing you know, they're going to have these people come with these badges and stuff and allegedly so-called extract, or either they're going to send you a bill in the mail stating that you owe the federal government this many taxes. And that's amazing how that oppressive as people are today, especially with these so-called policies stuff, they have not learned at all that the less taxes that the people have to pay, the better the economy is. As a matter of fact, I have a quote right here. Let me quote this, and since I don't have my peeves on, let me go over here. Let me give y'all the 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution. It says, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. Now, what the Biden administration is doing is shredding the Constitution of the United States of America and trying to purport a socialist economy and nationalizing all of the election and everything else we can go on. So here's some facts, all right? What do you do in this situation? I often say, if the money is in the bank, and sometimes we can't avoid that, it may be your money, but it's in their bank, it's in their hands, and guess who owns it? Our government has no answers for the economy. They have no answer. They're going to kick the can down the road. They're going to extend the national debt. They have no choice but that, because they have no solutions. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican or rats. I don't care what it is. They have no solutions for none of us. They have no choice but to do this, because anybody who is going to even embark on trying to think about it, balancing the budget, they're going to feel the pain. We're already feeling the pain of inflation right now. We're feeling the pain of inflation right now, letting you know that our economy is suffering greatly. We're heading towards north of $5 a gallon for gas. We got shipping containers sitting out in the sea, and people getting paid a lot of money just for letting them sit there on the East Coast, the West Coast, and in the Gulf. It's just sad what's going on today. And the Biden administration want to make everything about this pandemic or whatever the hell that's going on, but they don't want to talk about the real issues, like leaving Americans abandoned over in Afghanistan. Again, I just had some people this past weekend ask me again. I was speaking to an architect. He was asking me, he said he got a family member thinking about going into the military. What do I tell him? What do I say? And I gave him my honest opinion. And he said, thank you very much, because all the information I gave, he says, I'm going to try to make sure that I give him all this information so he can be informed, so he can go and look for another career path. But, red flags go up all the time, every time Biden gets behind the camera. If he's reading, he's doing just fine if he's reading a teleprompter, but you know he's going to grow off script sooner or later because them firing receptors up there in that mind just ain't working right. So here's the solution for you. Listen, if I said this once, I said it 1,000 times, I'm going to say it again. Listen, whatever you do, invest in yourself. Don't ever think for 1 minute that your country is going to be benevolent towards you. They're not ever going to be benevolent towards you. As a matter of fact, they're going to screw you down even harder. And they're going to put the screws to you, and they're going to hit you really, really good. I mean, they're going to hit you hard. Biden, King Biden, he really, truly thinks that he's some type of emperor, some type of king, or some type of dictator. That's the reason why they're behaving like this. Now, this behavior is nothing new under the Democratic administration. It's nothing new at all. Those of us who are familiar with and we comprehend and we know the type of people that we're up against, hey, listen, you can't blame people for trying to keep some of their wealth because every time you turn around, somebody's trying to look to get their hands into your pocket. So the way that you beat these gas prices is if you cut down on your travels. You don't go anywhere unless it's necessary. When you do go, make sure that you have your gas tank filled. And when you go out, you make one trip to take care of everything and then leave your vehicle parked unless you have to go to work and then you come back home. But don't go out and buy no more on credit in this country right here. Don't give them no more money in any way, shape, fashion, or form. Starve the beast system as best as you can, because whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to make cuts. Because if you notice that the stores are empty, the store, and they are emptying even faster. And food is becoming a hot commodity nowadays. It's becoming an extremely hot commodity. And if anything, you better look to see if you can find some heirloom seeds. And if you ain't got nothing but a 5-gallon bucket to grow off the backyard or your porch or something, you better learn how to grow food. Because I told people we're heading towards agricultural society, whether people like it, comprehend, understand it or not. Everything that they're doing is still attacking the poor and the middle class. That's all there is to it. You have to get that through your thick head. Once you comprehend and understand that, you'll start making adjustments. Listen, some of the enjoyments and entertainments and things you like doing, such as running around, spending money and stuff, cut that way down. Maybe just go once every 2 months or something like that and learn how to enjoy your life and enjoy your family, enjoy your homestead, enjoy your community. But don't go out and spend all this money on this economy and this administration and this government who try to make you think that you are part of it and you're not part of it at all. It's an us or them. Later, I'm going to come back and I'm going to start talking about CTR. What is that, Pastor Dowell? Well, I'm going to go ahead and make some sense of what everybody else won't make sense of. I'm going to make some sense of this critical race theory thing that you keep hearing. You hear it on both sides of the fence. You hear it on the conservative side. You hear it on the liberal side. So Pastor Dowell is going to bring the balance to let everybody know what's really, truly being said. Because a lot of people, they don't want you to really, truly comprehend what's going on today. They don't want you to know. And they don't want you to know because they want to keep you ignorant. They want to keep you stupid and dumb on purpose. And they want us constantly at odds with each other. I don't care if you far left, far right. These people use mental gymnastics against us in order to pit us against each other. And we're too stupid to figure it out because we're thinking that we're standing on issues that are prevalent for us and stuff. And all we're doing is causing more division. Man, I don't understand what it is today, be it social, political, economic, or religious perspectives and point of view, but it really is appalling to me how people today do not want to have hard conversations and healthy dialogue in anything. It's just nonsensical. Unless we start talking about these things, how else are we going to be able to move forward as a people? They have done a damn good job in this reverse psychology machine that they've got at keeping us divided. Now what we need to do is trying to figure out a way how we're going to be united. I don't care what organization you belong to or whatever it is. We need to learn how to be mutually assistant, and we need to learn how to be united, because this country, in case you hadn't figured it out, I'm going to say it again, it don't give a damn about you. It's already done showed you what it's done for not only Americans, but the death of our soldiers. And nobody is taking responsibility for nothing. What we need to do is we need to get the IRS to go and investigate Joe Biden's son, on all these money and everything else that he's been getting from the Russians. That's what we really need right there. We need a good investigation up on the rich rather than the poor, rather than the middle class, instead of always taxing them and stuff. And you know what? You've got to learn how to function the way that they do. And that's another way to ease your tax burden. Hope I said something to stimulate thought. Consider coming over and join me over on Patreon, okay? When I get back home, I'll put a link down below. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. King coming.